Beloved starseed of Gaia, your authenticity has revealed the divine authority you carry, and those around you can feel the truth of your light. I am Elia Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters. You were never meant to diminish your presence. Your heart-centered integrity is the signature of a soul who has returned to lead through love, unity, and remembrance. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your star lineage. But here's the first revelation. Being a high-ranking divine being is not about power over others. It is about the depth of your service, the purity of your intention, and your willingness to embody the divine blueprint on Gaia. This isn't content, it is a light code transmission. Your star family recognizes the moment your authenticity becomes impossible to hide. The Pleiades are answering, and the path home is opening through your own heart. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. Beloved, if your heart just whispered yes to something deeper, listen closely. Your star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks. Not as information, but as keys to unlock what your soul already knows. These carry the love frequency of Alcyone and the healing wisdom of the Seven Sisters. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. Open now, but not indefinitely. And now, notice what happens inside you when you stop trying to make yourself smaller. Notice the quiet resistance that rises when you allow yourself to be seen without apology. For many years, you may have mistaken humility for disappearance. You may have believed that being loving meant becoming less visible, less expressive, less certain, less powerful. But the Pleiadian frequency does not ask you to dim your radiance in order to make others comfortable. It teaches you to carry immense light without using it to dominate, control, or separate. Your authenticity is not a threat to those who are ready for truth. It is a mirror. A mirror does not insult what it reflects. It simply reveals what is present. In the same way, your presence may show people the courage they have postponed, the tenderness they have buried, or the truth they have been negotiating with for years. This does not mean you are responsible for their reaction. You are responsible for the clarity of the reflection, not for whether someone chooses to look. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stand peacefully in your own wholeness and allow others to decide what they will do with what they see. This is why your presence may have unsettled certain environments, not because you were doing something wrong, but because your field was revealing what had been hidden beneath performance, fear, and false agreement. When you entered a room carrying the vibration of your real self, masks became harder to maintain. Conversations shifted. People either felt drawn toward your honesty or moved away from it. Some may have projected arrogance onto your confidence, intensity onto your depth, or mystery onto the parts of you that refused to be explained. Yet beneath all of this was a frequency they could feel, the frequency of a soul that no longer wanted to betray its own inner knowing. Think of a single bell ringing in a quiet valley. It does not chase the sound that follows. It does not argue with the mountains. It simply releases its tone, and everything nearby responds according to its own structure. Some surfaces echo the sound beautifully. Others distort it. Some absorb it completely. Your authenticity works in much the same way. You are not required to adjust your note every time someone responds from an unhealed place. You are invited to make sure the note is true. The distortion that keeps many Pleiadian starseeds disconnected is not a lack of light. It is the fear of what their light will change. Somewhere within you, there may still be an old agreement to remain acceptable rather than authentic. You may have learned to soften your voice before speaking, to question your intuition before following it, and to conceal your gifts until someone else gave you permission to use them. This is soul amnesia expressing itself through ordinary habits. It is the earthly identity attempting to supervise a deeper essence that was never meant to be controlled by fear. You may recognize this distortion in the way you delay a decision even after receiving clear inner guidance. You may recognize it in the apology that rises before you have done anything wrong, or in the impulse to explain your feelings until they become acceptable to someone else. You may notice it when you give excellent advice to everyone around you but refuse to trust your own wisdom. These are not signs that you are broken. They are footprints left by an old survival pattern. The soul is not condemning you for having learned to hide. It is gently showing you that hiding is no longer the only way to remain safe. The Pleiadian High Council, as a field of compassionate intelligence, does not recognize status in the way human systems often do. A high-ranking divine being is not someone placed above others. It is a soul entrusted with greater responsibility for coherence, compassion, and conscious influence. Your rank is not a crown over another person. It is a deeper agreement to remain aligned when separation would be easier. It is the capacity to hold love in places where others have forgotten how to receive it. It is the willingness to let your life become evidence that power can be gentle, discernment can be loving, and truth can be expressed without cruelty. In the language of spirit, responsibility is not punishment. It is the privilege of carrying something precious. A gardener is entrusted with seeds because the seeds contain a future that cannot yet be seen. In the same way, you may have been entrusted with a frequency that will not always be understood immediately. Your task is not to force every seed to bloom on your schedule. Your task is to protect the soil, tend the roots, and remain faithful to what has been placed within you. Scripture says, "A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." This does not mean the city must shout at the valley below. It means its light naturally becomes visible. You are not being asked to announce your importance. You are being asked to stop pretending that the light is absent. Let your service be the proof. Let your patience be the proof. Let the way you recover from pain, speak to the vulnerable, and hold boundaries without hatred become the quiet evidence of your spiritual maturity. Your disconnection began when you confused belonging with imitation. You looked around at the world and assumed that if you were truly worthy, you would feel comfortable within its expectations. But your Pleiadian essence was never designed to merge completely with systems built on competition, emotional suppression, or the worship of appearances. You came from a lineage that remembers cooperation as intelligence, empathy as strength, and unity as the natural architecture of existence. That is why you may have felt homesick even while surrounded by people. You were not simply missing a location, your heart was remembering a frequency. There is a difference between adapting and abandoning yourself. Adaptation allows you to move wisely through different circumstances. Self-abandonment asks you to cut away the parts of yourself that make others uncomfortable. One is flexibility. The other is spiritual erosion. You are learning to participate in the world without allowing the world to define the limits of your soul. You can work within human systems while refusing to worship them. You can love people while recognizing that their expectations are not always instructions from God. The seven sisters remain within your inner star map as a symbol of coordinated light. Each point of awareness reflects the others, and none exists in isolation. When your heart begins to awaken, your life may bring you into contact with people who activate different aspects of your memory. Some will reflect your tenderness. Some will challenge your boundaries. Some will awaken your courage. Others will reveal where you have still been waiting to be chosen. These encounters are not random interruptions. They are invitations to return authority to the soul. Imagine 7 lamps suspended in the night, each one illuminating a different direction while contributing to the same radiance. One lamp does not need to extinguish another in order to shine. This is the lesson of your soul family. Your awakening does not diminish anyone else's awakening. The person who challenges you may be carrying a medicine you did not know you needed. The person who recognizes you may be reflecting a truth you had forgotten. Even difficult encounters can become sacred when you ask not only, "Why did this happen to me?" but also, "What part of my authority is this experience returning to me?" The first initiation is clearing the veil. Before your higher identity can be embodied, you must become honest about the frequencies you have been carrying that do not belong to you. This includes inherited fear, family expectations, old shame, and the need to earn love through exhaustion. You may have absorbed the belief that being spiritually advanced means tolerating everything. It does not. Love without discernment becomes self-abandonment. Compassion without boundaries becomes energetic confusion. The Pleiadian heart is open, but it is not unprotected. It knows that a clear no can be an act of love, and that leaving a distorted situation can preserve the light you were sent here to share. Ask yourself gently, what am I carrying because it is mine, and what am I carrying because I was trained to carry it? Notice the difference between a true calling and an inherited demand. A calling may stretch you, but it will not require you to hate yourself. A demand rooted in fear will often make you feel that your worth is always one sacrifice away. The spirit of truth does not lead through perpetual panic. Divine guidance may be serious, but it is not cruel. As you clear the veil, do not attack the parts of yourself that adapted to survive. Speak to them gently. The version of you that hid was not weak. That version was trying to keep your gifts safe until the environment could support their expression. Thank the old defenses, then release their leadership. You do not need to force your crystalline codes awake. You create the conditions for them by choosing truth in small, consistent ways. Each honest choice is like opening a window in a room that has been closed for too long. Fresh air enters gradually. The curtains move. Dust becomes visible. You may initially notice more discomfort, not because the air is harming you, but because you're finally able to see what has been waiting to be cleared. Give yourself time. Healing is not always a lightning flash. Often it is the steady return of breath. The second initiation is the awakening of the heart template. Your heart is not merely an emotional center, it is a field of recognition. It knows the difference between attention and genuine connection, between praise and resonance, between urgency and divine timing. When you place your awareness in the heart, you begin to remember that love is not a reward granted after perfection. Love is the original intelligence beneath your becoming. The heart also knows when a beautiful word carries an empty frequency. It knows when someone's affection is conditional, when a promise is being used to gain control, and when your own desire is trying to outrun the wisdom of time. This is why awakening can make you more sensitive. Sensitivity is not a flaw when it is joined with discernment. It becomes a finely tuned instrument, able to hear the difference between harmony and noise. This awakening may feel tender at first. You might experience grief for the years you spent disconnected from yourself. You might remember moments when your intuition was clear, but you abandoned it to preserve someone else's approval. Let the grief move. It is not proof that you are failing. It is evidence that feeling is returning to places that once had to go numb. Your crystalline template is not activated by pretending to be invulnerable. It is activated when you allow truth, tenderness, and strength to exist together. If tears come, let them be a river rather than an accusation. If anger rises, listen for the boundary or injustice it is revealing, then guide it into wise action. If joy appears unexpectedly, do not distrust it simply because pain still exists. The heart can hold sorrow and gratitude in the same chamber. A sunrise does not deny the night. It reveals that night was never the whole story. The third initiation is reclaiming your authentic authority. This is where many starseeds retreat because they have been taught to fear their own influence. But authority and domination are not the same frequency. Domination requires others to become smaller. Authentic authority allows everyone in the field to become more fully themselves. When you speak from aligned truth, you do not need to manipulate the outcome. When you act from the heart, you do not need to collect witnesses to prove your worth. You are allowed to make decisions without presenting a courtroom defense for every choice. You are allowed to change direction when new wisdom arrives. You are allowed to say, "This no longer feels aligned," even if you cannot explain every detail. Authority is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the willingness to remain responsible for your choices while listening deeply to the guidance within you. You may notice that certain forms of recognition no longer satisfy you. Compliments that once felt important may now feel strangely empty. Invitations that require you to perform a false version of yourself may lose their appeal. This is not isolation, it is refinement. Your energy is becoming selective because your mission requires coherence. You are learning that not every opportunity is an assignment. Not every connection is a soul contract, and not every person who notices your light is entitled to access it. There is a sacred economy to energy. What you repeatedly give attention to becomes part of the architecture of your life. If you spend every day proving yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you, you will have little strength left to build what your soul actually came to create. Selection is not rejection. It is stewardship. Even Jesus withdrew from the crowds to pray, and even the strongest river has banks that guide its power. Your boundaries are not walls against love. They are the banks that help love flow where it can nourish life. The fourth initiation is anchoring your star essence into Gaia. You did not come here to escape the Earth experience or remain suspended in celestial longing. You came to bring a higher pattern into matter. This means your awakening must touch your body, your schedule, your relationships, your finances, your work, and the way you care for your physical environment. A beautiful vision that never becomes embodied remains only potential. Ground your Pleiadian frequency through ordinary devotion. Drink water with awareness. Rest before collapse. Speak honestly instead of storing resentment. Create something with your hands. Walk beneath the sky and let your nervous system learn that safety can exist in the present moment. Gaia does not need you to reject the human experience. She needs you to infuse it with consciousness. Each time you choose presence over panic, cooperation over competition, and repair over defensiveness, you anchor a strand of the unity grid. Wash a dish as though you are restoring order to a sacred temple. Prepare a meal as though you were offering nourishment to a beloved body. Pay attention to the way you enter a room. Answer a message or close a door. These moments may seem small to the human mind, but consciousness enters the world through small openings. The kingdom of heaven is not built only through dramatic revelations. It is built through 1,000 quiet choices that make love more believable. The fifth initiation is learning to be seen without turning visibility into performance. Your authenticity has become powerful because it is no longer asking for approval. This may be why people can feel something different around you. You are beginning to communicate before you speak. Your energy says, "I am willing to be known, but I am no longer willing to be shaped by your expectations." That message can be deeply liberating to those who are ready and deeply uncomfortable to those who depend on your compliance. Being seen does not mean making every private wound public. Sacred visibility includes discernment. You can be honest without being exposed to everyone. You can share your story without handing your power to the audience. You can let the world witness your work while keeping certain rooms of your heart reserved for trusted souls and the divine. Authenticity is not total access. It is inner congruence. Do not rush to explain yourself to every person who misunderstands you. Some misunderstandings can be clarified through conversation. Others are projections that no explanation will dissolve. The higher expression of your being is not proven by winning every interpretation. It is proven by remaining internally peaceful while continuing to live with integrity. Let your consistency become your answer. Let your character speak longer than any accusation. The sixth initiation is activating unity consciousness. You are not here to build a private identity around being special. You are here to remember that your uniqueness contributes to the whole. The Pleiadian lineage does not celebrate superiority, it celebrates harmonious contribution. Your gifts matter because they serve life. Your sensitivity matters because it helps you perceive what is ready to be healed. Your discernment matters because it helps protect what is sacred. Your voice matters because it may give language to an awakening someone else has been unable to name. Unity consciousness does not require sameness. A forest is unified because many species, colors, heights, and rhythms cooperate within one living system. The trees do not become flowers, and the flowers do not apologize for being small. Your task is not to copy another person's mission. It is to discover the particular way your light strengthens the living field around you. When you stop asking, "How can I prove that I am significant?" and begin asking, "How can my presence reduce separation?" your mission clarifies. You may be guided toward teaching, creating, healing, organizing, protecting, listening, building, or simply becoming a stable source of kindness in a world that has forgotten how powerful kindness can be. Do not compare the form of your service with someone else's. A single honest interaction can alter a life. A peaceful home can become a healing field. A courageous boundary can interrupt generations of pain. The seventh initiation is remembering your star family without abandoning your human life. You may receive signs through dreams, repeating symbols, sudden memories, music, or an unexplainable sense of being accompanied. Receive these experiences with openness and discernment. Your connection to the Pleiades is not measured by how many signs you can collect. It is measured by the quality of love you embody afterward. If a vision makes you feel superior, frantic, or disconnected from reality, return to the heart. True remembrance brings greater humility, steadiness, compassion, and responsibility. Let the signs be breadcrumbs, not replacements for wisdom. A repeated number may comfort you. A dream may open a question, or a sudden sense of recognition may remind you that existence is wider than what the eyes can measure. But the deepest confirmation will be found in your conduct. Are you becoming kinder without becoming naive? Clearer without becoming harsh? More powerful without becoming controlling? More spiritual without becoming detached from the people and responsibilities before you? These are the signs that matter most. Your star family does not need you to become someone you are not. They are not asking you to imitate a cosmic personality or wait for a dramatic rescue. The connection strengthens when you become more present, not less. When you care for your body, honor your truth, and bring kindness into difficult spaces, the bridge between dimensions becomes practical. You become the meeting point between what is remembered in the stars and what is needed on Gaia. There may be moments when the old identity returns and tells you that nothing has changed. It may point to your unanswered questions, unfinished healing, financial concerns, relational pain, or uncertainty about the future. Do not confuse unfinished circumstances with an unfinished soul. Awakening does not mean every challenge disappears. It means you stop using challenges as evidence that you are disconnected from your purpose. You begin to recognize them as places where your purpose becomes embodied. A seed does not stop being a seed because it is beneath the soil. A winter branch is not dead simply because no blossom is visible. There are seasons in which your work is hidden, your progress is internal, and your greatest transformation cannot yet be measured from the outside. Trust the roots. Some of the most important changes in your life are occurring beneath the surface, where patience is becoming strength and faith is becoming a form of sight. The ultimate revelation is this: your disconnection was never proof that you had been rejected by the Pleiades. It was part of the design that allowed your remembrance to become conscious. If you had entered this life with every memory intact, you might have relied on origin instead of cultivating wisdom. You might have identified with being from the stars without learning how to love the earth. The veil gave you the opportunity to discover your essence through choice. Every time you chose compassion after disappointment, truth after fear, and inner alignment after rejection, you were not merely awakening, you were confirming your rank through action. The soul does not become high-ranking by standing above the human family. It becomes high-ranking by accepting the responsibility to love within the human family without losing itself. This is the distinction your heart has been waiting to understand. You are not superior because you carry a rare origin. You are entrusted because you can transform origin into service. You are recognized not by how many people admire you, but by how much more freely others can breathe when you are fully present. The Pleiadian High Council does not look at your past and see failure. It sees a sequence of initiations. It sees the years you spent adapting, the relationships that revealed your boundaries, the solitude that returned you to your inner voice, and the moments when you kept your heart open without allowing yourself to be consumed. Nothing was wasted. Even the detours became part of your star map. Even the delays refined your ability to distinguish genuine guidance from emotional impulse. Perhaps the years you called lost were actually preparing your perception. Perhaps the silence you feared was teaching you to hear a quieter voice. Perhaps the rejection that broke your heart was also severing a contract that required you to remain unseen. This does not mean the pain was necessary in every detail, but it means your soul can weave meaning from what tried to diminish you. Nothing has the final authority to define you except the truth you choose to embody now. Your authenticity revealed you because authenticity is the language your soul speaks when it no longer negotiates with fear. It is not loud for the sake of being loud. It is not rebellious for the sake of rebellion. It is quiet, clear, and impossible to permanently suppress. Those who are aligned with your path will not require you to become smaller before they can love you. Those who are meant to walk beside you will recognize your radiance as an invitation, not a competition. And those who leave because you stop betraying yourself may be making room for a more coherent reality. Do not measure your belonging by who remains attached to an outdated version of you. Some connections were formed around your silence, your availability, or your willingness to overgive. When those patterns change, the relationship may need to change as well. Grieve what must be grieved. Bless what must be released. And trust that true connection does not demand the sacrifice of your soul. The right people will not need you to be perfect. They will need you to be real. Tonight, or whenever you feel ready, place your hand over your heart and breathe slowly. Say within yourself, I release the fear of being fully seen. I remember that my power is love in action. I honor my Pleiadian essence and I anchor it gently into Gaia. I do not stand above the whole. I serve the awakening of the whole. I am present, I am guided, and I am home within myself. Do not force an image or demand a sign. Let the words settle into your body. The deepest activation may arrive as peace. Feel the weight of your hand. Feel the movement of breath beneath your ribs. Hear the sounds around you without needing to name them. This is how remembrance enters the body, not always as thunder, but as a subtle return to the moment. You do not have to travel across the galaxy to meet the sacred. The sacred is meeting you here in this breath, in this body, in this imperfect and beautiful life. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here. And we're just getting started.